Welcome to the Bootstrap Camp, inaugural jump off here at the Kepler Institute. I'm Imhotep. Everybody else will introduce themselves soon. Shortly, our resident scholar from New York will be just kind of reading off the blog of our first kind of overdraft of the intent that may very well look like something different here in about 10 minutes. Ready?
Okay, so I'm going to be reading this blog, the Bootstrap Academy. As organizations of all types, profit and non-profit, face additional challenges to their survival due to the continuing shrinkage of access to material resources, the concept of bootstrapping has returned to vogue. The bootstrap paradigm, which focuses on creative acquisition of material resources and often focusing on human development and collaboration as primary forms of capital, is the ideal paradigm in times of perceived scarcity. It is in this light that the Kepler Institute launches its inaugural Bootstrap Academy. This 3-month academy will focus on the following areas. 1. Leadership types and the bootstrap model. 2. Characteristics of bootstrappers. 3. Institution building. 4. Social enterprises. 5. Social justice and the bootstrap model. And 6. etc. Classes meet every first and third Sunday at KI from 3 to 6 p.m. beginning June 3rd. And then there's an invitation to join us.
I'm a graphic designer of KI New Media within Kepler Institute. And I think that bootstrapping means basically, being able to get things done in a certain amount of time, be able to give back to the people that you work for and things like that. Just being able to help and be able to stand with whatever your promises are or whatever like that. That's what I think bootstrapping means.
My name is Alvin Sangsawangul, and I am excited to be here because for me, bootstrapping is about a transition to freedom and to find ways to do what you want, not just whatever you want to serve yourself, but do what you want to serve the people around you and the values that you hold for yourself. So I think there's a lot of barriers that we feel, whether it's material or the way that we've constructed how the world works, what will and won't work. So I guess trying to break down those things in my mind.
I'm Ari Gaywood. I am the manager of Academy Media. And what I think about Bootstrap, I think about hard work and putting it in, to achieve goals that you want to achieve for yourself.
Paula Bearer, and bootstrapping has just such a familiar connotation all the way through. I know that the young people in our organization who've heard me say this 50 million thousand times, having been born in 1943, of parents who came out of the Depression. My mother was 12 years old and 14 in 1942. And at 14, you know what you don't have anymore. And my father was about 18 at the time. So those are the people who raised me during the war, where there was some more you can't have because we got to give it to the war effort. So bootstrapping for me is just a very, very familiar way of moving through the world. I mean, just as it is. You either have it or you whine about it. And whatever you have is it. That's the it you need. So, and without mass media, and the reason I'll give all this context to why bootstrapping has always been the way is through mass media that it didn't become the way. But it still has always been there. People around you, you've seen people around you just move. And then it seems like some huge anomaly. But bootstrapping is the way of the world and the people in the world and all the indigenous and all the people who haven't been trained to believe that if it is to be, it is up to somebody else to help it to get there, and you just put in a chore or two. So bootstrapping is, and we see it coming back to be. So.
My name is Nicole Johnson, and I'm an intern at Kemper Institute this summer. Me, bootstrapping is being able to use your resources to pull yourself up, but unlike the traditional sense of the word, it's not just about yourself, it's about being then in turn a resource to people around you to be able to pull themselves up as well. So about elevating yourself and your community members and the people around you.
Hello, my name is Samuel Pang. Most people call me Spang. I'm also an intern at KI this summer. I'm from New York City. And for me, bootstrapping is also, I guess I'm interested in learning more because to learn like what it means to build an organization or to build your work without having a lot of resources. And I think it's important to kind of I don't want to use the word deconstructing because Alvin already used it, but what does it mean to kind of work within the society that has like I feel like I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, just returning to I guess I'll say returning to my roots. Since my family is from Malaysia and they came here with nothing. Were able to pull themselves up. I also want to be able to use that kind of method to build community and to also do productive work.
I'm Derek. My definition of bootstrap I think is very similar to what Nicole and Spang just said. Just the concept of building something out of nothing, and it's doing it not to have for your own personal benefit, but to benefit those around you. To elevate your community.
What's up? My name is Jerome Lawrence. When I think of Bootstrap, I think of building from the ground up. You start from zero, and your whole mission is to come up, and that's what you spend your time, all the time, from using your resources to your people, to your family, or whatever's around you. You always focus on the come up, and that's what I feel with Bootstrap.
Diop, KImedia.com, check us out. TPOdigital.com, check us out. Diop.com, check me out. Bootstrap, I think, my perspective on bootstrapping, I think it's a feasible methodology for individuals who want to live by following their free spirit inside a repressive or oppressive situation. So that's why I'm really part of this group of people and the views that we share.
Matt Davis, it's all about the KIU coach now. Bootstrapping is I heard a few times in a circle, returning back to a more simpler way of life, using what you need. Going for what you need as opposed to what you want. Living inside your means, and really for me personally, living real close to the land as well. I feel like the society we live in is going to push us towards that anyway, and the folks who are in this circle, are people who even on this, thinking these type of thoughts are the early adapters, to what's to come.
I'm Alex. I'm working with AmeriCorps. About to start my second year. I'm over at School on Wheels. I do new media and IT and a whole bunch of other stuff over there. I did, I'm a year out from 16 years of school. A lot of people have told me over that time how to lead and how to be myself and how I'm supposed to get things done. But when I really think about my roots and when I started doing things on my own in middle school and high school, it was with music and with the bands I played with or was friends with, and we did everything on our own and had a very DIY mentality. If we wanted the video, we made it ourselves. If we wanted to go on tour, we got our friends together and we booked the venues ourselves. We never had a manager or anything like that. and we just would go around Texas playing shows. And I always harken back to that as an experience that I really thought we were doing things right, even when we were like 16 years old. And so that's kind of the mentality that brings me here.
I guess the one piece that I'll add to what I've heard or build on is the importance of independence. You cannot have an independent voice if you're not self-reliant. And often we live in a culture that does not encourage the idea of being self-reliant and maintain your own voice. So, often, and for the young people in the room, I know that's one of your struggles now that you've gotten out of college and you've gone inside to some degree, and you struggle with the idea of compromise and principles and wanting to have more voice. And so the Bootstrap to me is a way that you go about making sure that your voice, it maintains your voice and you continue to have your authentic voice. Now there's a lot of other things that go with it. One of the beauties of perceived scarcity is a leanness, is a hunger. You get up in the morning, you know that, hey, if it's going to happen today, I got to get out here and make it happen. And so, and the bootstrap mindset, you constantly looking for, I can turn this into that, to turn this into that, to turn this into that. So I'm here to learn from you guys, to share what I have to share, and hopefully to have my energy renewed by expanding our circle of relationships with people that share similar views and values. Because it's hard. Bootstrapping is not an easy road. It's a very challenging and difficult road. And so the more we can support each other in staying on the road, I think the better we'll get at it. So. And that every week that we do this, every other week, there's three things that we look at. One, we're going to take components out of these things that people want to see for skill building and craft it in something very specific to the interests of this group. And then we use both intellectual format, i.e. an article of some kind that does the review, and also experiential. Somebody's got a story they want to share that's linked to something they lesson learned as it relates to some of the things on this model. 1, 2, 3. And then the fourth piece I would like to suggest is that each one come to the group with a particular initiative they're trying to put some polish on. They can put outcomes and metrics to.